Alright. Hello, Mr. Bob. It is time for a discussion. Bob's question yesterday was I have E1 trivia, so do I even want Sobin? It is Sobin. Alright, so we're never gonna say this. That sounds stupid and goofy as fuck. Sir Robin also doesn't sound nice. So Sobin is objectively the best name for Summer Robin, right? I think the answer is yes. Bob is no longer a struggling account. It is locked in and aiming at anomaly and even zero cycles, meaning more sustainless and more room for supports. Mimo Slop can pick between Cyrene and Robin based on endgame. Archer loves AV Advance and Sobin could fulfill his 4th slot. I'll leave a Charlie for Himeko because it's slender again. TLDR, Robin is not a Sarija, but she is made with Himeko as a big reason. Okay, I can't really talk about this that much because the guide is going to be coming out. I know for a fact Sobin is not Himeko Nova's after sales because there are a lot of like conflicting issues between Sobin and Himeko, and you would still want to get someone else that can fill the gap of those issues. And the main reason why it is a little bit annoying right now is not really because of Sobin, but because our current pool of units between Decimation and Verdict, it is not enough. So, for example, right, Verdict has pretty decent units, like DHPT. Nobody cares about Sunday, right? DHPT is pretty good. RMC is pretty good, right? But the buff for Verdict takes too fucking long to activate at E0. Then on the flip side, Decimation is way easier to proc, but the only characters you have is Yang and Han March 7th, both of which are not limited characters. So what I feel is probably going to happen is they will release another AE member in version 5, and that AE member is going to join Decimation, which will then be the actual aftersale for Himeko. Then once you get that aftersale for Himeko, that 3rd slot for her, assuming you still run a sustain, right? Assuming you still run a sustain, that 3rd slot is gonna be either Sobin, Emblade, Yang, Tribi. Is our one of these one, right? So that is my personal guess for Himeko's trajectory. Alright, what is this slender right here? Okay, try just read the spoiler first. Alright, let's see. I misspoke. It's meant to be and not slender about how it is not a Sarija. It is not a Sarija. I can tell you with 100% confidence it's not a Sarija. And that the whole argument is a Sarija Phyton, Sarija Slender, not Phyton. Why is her kit so ass? I mean, the only bad thing about Saridra's kit is that the out could have been more damage buffs instead of just doing an AoE attack. But her kit is like completely fucking fine, bro. Like, if you, there always gonna be like room for improvements in every single unit's kit because there are no units in HSR with perfect kit. But for what Saridra is bringing to the table of Phyton, you just can't get any better at this point. Unless they power creep Saridra with someone that can also duplicate the skill and give defense down and give vulnerability and give stacks. But I don't think that's ever going to happen, so that's going to be... Alright, let's see this slender chat. This is literally every con for Himeko, so hopefully if a support could help this, people will recognize it's made of Himeko, but not slender hostage, perfect design for final, perfect design, blah, 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 how we click on E2, blah, 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 okay. Once defense down supports due to a light cone, this is a huge issue for Himeko as well, because you are gonna overcap. If you are gonna be slapping on a Yang, you will definitely overcap. And this is made even more clear with E2, or E1, or E3, or E4. Because if you are gonna be able to get more defense down, that limit has already been reached right here. Unless they kill well. Which brings back to my original point. I feel Himeko is going to eventually get another Decimation teammate. They'll replace Welt's position. And then whatever that 3rd slot is, we'll see if Sobin can actually kill himself over there. Huge damage buff with no attack by himself. Welt, Sunday, RMC. Now, Himeko's power, blah, 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 blah. The problem is she deals with blah, 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 blah. Who is only about to redeem Hue? Absolutely fucking not, by the way. We're never... Okay, the reason why I'm never redeeming Hue is because I don't care about Hue. Right? We already have a higher scene, and we already have a DHPT. And then our 3rd sustain is RMC. RMC is our 3rd sustain. Right? We don't need any other weapon anymore. Well, lost is vulnerability debuff during no offense, so no vulnerable blah. Once allies with Hiccup was doing Decimation, allies with fast ultimates on Verdict. Robin isn't made for Himeko because it doesn't take action to use it when she's singing. You know how when Robin casts her ultimate, the entire turn with Himeko will get quote unquote wasted. Because the rest of your allies will not get off and assist skill proc.
Stops now.
Oh, and Minty, thank you so much. Bro, I'm not slandering Hue. I'm just saying Bob's account is so fucking good, he doesn't need a Hue. If Bob was a stupid-ass fucking player that needs to run sustain in the big 2-6, not being elitist, by the way, then I would definitely redeem Hue. But because Bob is actually a physical god piloted by the best HLR player in the entire world, I don't see a point of running a Hue sustain when T1, Team 2 can really be done with high single DHPT, then third team, as long as we can keep ourselves alive long enough, will you really tell me that across 4 versions, do you really think by version 5 they are not gonna release another sustain that is 10,000 times better than Hue? You think Hue is gonna still be here by version 5? Think, Mark. Think, alright? Let's just be a little bit realistic about that. I am not fucking spending that golden combination for Hue. Okay, but TLD, I feel like your points are like valid. I guess we just have to see, bro, right? 1 year later, you know what? Remind me 1 year later, right? Remind me 1 year, right? 1 year later, if Himeko does not get another Astro Express crew member with decimation, then we'll come back and see what's up it's gonna be. Does this work? Oh, fuck. How does this work, chat? How do I use remind me? 1 year. 1 year. Himeko after sales. I will see you in 1 year, right? I will see you in 1 year. You have coomed your last coom, my man.